Football is the most popular sport in America, and it has worldwide recognition for its popularity. It it has a sense to most fans that other sports just can't bring. Sometimes it's intensity, it's just people's love for the game, and just how it has evolved over the past it's 100 years mainly. The two major football organizations are the NCAA, which is college, and the professional league, which is called the NFL. They both have evolved rapidly and gained so much popularity over the past 100 years and are continuing to grow and will grow and gain even more popularity as the years go on. But everything's got to start somewhere, and football came from nothing. Football started out as just an organized league in the younger, you know, smaller schools. The first game was played back in 1892, and it was played between the Rutgers and Princeton. And it was really just more of like a fancier rugby. It had a little bit different rules, but and a little different sized ball, which is a pigskin as it's called, but it was mainly the same thing. A couple years later, different schools started implementing football into their schools, and colleges started playing games all throughout the year, and it eventually everything began to get bigger and football began to get more popular. And in the 1920s, a professional football league was formed, known as the AFPA, American Football Professional Association. And though there was, I think, 12 teams in the original, and over the years they added, dropped, and reshaped and reformed teams into what we know now as the NFL. And the first Super Bowl, which is the championship of the Professional Football League, was held in the 1930s, and it was between the Baltimore Colts and some other team that I can't remember the name of. And the Baltimore Colts won. And before they had the Lombardi Trophy, they had a little golden pin, like a little pin that went on the jackets of the winners, because it was 1930s. They didn't have big shiny Super Bowl trophies to give out to everybody. And over the years, they realized that calling it just the championship wasn't good enough. So they had a poll to come up with a name, and the name was drawn from multiple different, suggestions, and the name that was chosen was Super Bowl, meaning it came from mainly the ball that the commissioner at the time's sons played with. They called it the Super Bowl, and he came up with the Super Bowl. And from then on, football, as it gained popularity, it began to evolve in different things. The first aired game on television was in 1932, I think, and it was NBC that aired it, and about 13,000 people saw the game in the New York area, because I think it was the New York Jets that were playing. And after that, everything just took off. It started evolving, started gaining new popularity, and then with new popularity and new players and all this streaming and stuff came the need for more safety. People started to realize that safety was needed, and so over the years, the fans mainly implemented the safety. The fans started to get worried and started to notice that the players were getting hurt more and hurt more often, and sometimes ending their careers. And so the sport began to implement new rules, such as the helmets, the penalties, stuff like that. But the main reason around football is the love of the game. And that is seen with the fans that watch it and the players that play it. No matter if it's on the professional level or way down on high school or pee-wee level. There's the fans, which can be from the player's mom all the way up to a super fan that has watched this team as they grow up. But it's the same with everybody. They love the intensity of the game. They love how it just, is always constant action, and just just love of the interest in the sport. But for the players, it's a little bit different. It's the love of the game and the love to watch and play it, but it's a team. It's a coerced effort into becoming the best, because it takes all 11 on offense, defense, and special teams to do your job. If one guy's not doing their job, then the whole thing falls apart, and that comes from personal experience, because I played football and I know what it's like to be on a team and to be a part of the team. It teaches you dependability on each other. It teaches you character that you can't learn from anything else. That's why football is so popular. And with that, there's certain things that are always changing in football, as in the popularity, as I said, is going to continue to grow. And with that, there's more, technology nowadays that people are noticing that, creates more advancements for the safety mainly. But with the growing of football becomes the more demanding for the popularity of it, the publicities, and then ultimately the safety that players need. And in conclusion, football is just loved by most people, and then the people that it's not loved by, they don't necessarily hate it, they just like another sport more. But football is, like I said, the most popular sport in America and for many other places, and for good reason, because of the history, the deep, rich history it's had over hundreds of years, the amount of popularity it brings, and where it's going today. It's skyrocketing.